All right, welcome back to Nick Studio Podcast number 7 here today. Today we got a nice one. We got Stephen and Sirio from the Vice Heist, and today we're going to be talking about our GTA 6 movie that came out recently, and also just talking about Hollywood, talking about a few different things. Don't really have too much of a plan with this one, but we're just going to be talking about all sorts of stuff here today. Really excited for this one. We've been trying to do this one for a while now, so it's been a good pleasure to finally get this one planned out here on our early Saturday morning. And yeah, I'm just excited for today. We're going to talk about some really cool stuff, especially with the GTA 6 movie and how Steven became an actor for the first time. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to do kind of a elevator pitch, if you will, for those who might not know you that yet, I guess Sirio, if you want to take the lead and start first.
Yeah. All right. So I'm Sirio Giacomo. I've dedicated my life to being the best warrior and being the best artist that I can be. It's something that I've just like always dreamt of as a kid, and I didn't I didn't fully actualize it until I was older. I was always just misunderstood and like kind of I didn't have that sense of belonging, and I didn't want to fit in, but now it's like everything just came full circle in my life and here I am now, and I'm just like I dedicated my life to this cause, that's greater than just myself. So yeah, it's a blessing.
Awesome, awesome. You, Steven?
All right, what's up, guys? My name's Steven. It says Suleiman on here because uh, I'm Muslim.
Those are
That's
your
just what
username.
people call me for the most part. But you guys could call me Steven. I would have to say that, like, for me, what this has become for me has been like a way to vent and almost like peek into the creative side of myself. I feel like I haven't had a lot of creative vents since adulthood. I mean, I used to be big into like drawing and art. I grew up doing like martial arts as well. That's how I met Sirio. Actually, we did like jujitsu together. But
Hell
um,
yeah.
yeah, this has just been like a, a really new experience of seeing a new part of myself and seeing like what can come out on camera.
Yeah, definitely agree. Yeah, I really like that. Especially bringing everyone in the project together. So many people have been doing this, acting stuff for a while, but some of these people, like you, Steven, have been just stepped into it. They wanted to, just try something new, and new experiences lead to new, creative stuff. Talking about the Vice Heist, I've been working on it for a long time, getting ready for this thing. And for the opening scene, really, it was really hard to get this one planned out because I feel like the opening scene, and you probably remember the Sirio, has changed so much with like how we planned it out and stuff. We were supposed to have another person involved, and like it was going to be really simple. There was not going to be much like action, and then we just end up changing a whole bunch of times. The dates and the scheduling end up falling behind, and eventually we need a new person because the guy dropped out of the project. And then we're like, shit, like Siri, I remember I was on either texting you or on a call with you. I'm like, we need someone to do this film, man. And and then you had Steven involved, and I'm like, okay, since we're bringing
Yep.
on a new person, let's give this guy a challenge. Let's do something a little bit funny, a little bit interesting, and we just came up with this new scene of this like drug deal gone wrong, and gone wrong in a horrible stabbing, bloody kind of way. But yeah, shooting that scene was really fun. It was probably one of my favorite scenes in the film, and uh, going back to that day of shooting, I mean, like Steven, like what were you thinking, like going into it? Because I remember like we did a call before of like obviously getting into the acting for the first time, but like this was kind of your first time really doing anything like this. Like you were saying before, like you never really done anything, getting more into obviously acting beyond camera for the first time, new experiences. How was that? Stepping into the first day.
I would have to say is like it's completely different. Like you said, like you've never recorded yourself for like social media. I definitely have, but it's like try not to come out as corny as possible. like you don't want to come off too stiff, but you also don't want to come off like too crazy with
Yeah.
it. And it's just like it's like finding that balance within yourself, because like you really have to control yourself with like your tone, your breathing, um, and like just letting your true self out. Not trying to do too much, but also not trying to do too little. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, and I feel like for what you did and what you brought to the project, you were like, perfect. You understood, like, I guess the scene and the role and everything. You played the part perfectly. I think your scenes came out really nice,
Yeah.
and you did a really great job with that. Yeah, I feel like for that scene, yeah, like I was saying, it came out really nice. I feel like the opening is very strong in terms of like setting up the whole story and just
Yeah.
like the drug deal gone wrong and then him stabbing him. There was one complaint also, which like, shooting on like a low budget, you just can't avoid is like, there was like, I did like special effects on the tree, like of the blood
Yes.
splatting. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but there's no blood on the shirt. Like right at
Yeah.
the next shot, like you just see your shirt like on the ground, and the first thing people said was, "There's no blood there.
Yeah.
There's no."
I felt
I'm
like that added.
More
I felt
blood.
like that added to the GTA kind of thing. I mean, like
Yeah,
clearly with like
yeah.
how life has been recently and like all the government monitoring, like they're gonna have that in the games now, where like we probably don't see blood soon. So
Oh yeah, they're getting so protective with that sort of thing. I mean,
yeah,
you
so
know,
it added to it, I think.
yeah, GTA and like Red Dead has always been like bloody games. They've always been
It
like
has,
gory and
yeah,
like heads exploding and
yeah.
limbs getting cut off and stuff. And shit, I mean, in GTA, like you were saying, like the blood kind of just like washes away or just kind of fades away, kind of like that. So I guess it kind of makes sense in the GTA world. Um, but I mean, that was one thing where I look back on, I'm like, should we had a fake blood, but I didn't want to ruin my favorite shirt.
Yeah.
But I mean, since you kind of did this acting thing for the first time, I mean, uh, in terms of like the future, are you planning on doing it again, either with me or other creatives? Like, what's your kind of thoughts of like if you had another opportunity like this?
Dude, I absolutely would do it again. I mean, I did not expect to have that much fun. Like just laying out the tone for the rest of the movie, and like just saying like the craziest shit right off the bat was like it was fun. It was fun.
You
And then
got
I
the
went
dick
to the
sucker.
movie comments. Yeah. I went to the movie comments and everyone's like, "What, you got the stuffed dick sucker?" And I'm just like, "Oh
Yeah,
man."
someone in the comments was like, the first line is crazy.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
remember when we shot that, like I was bursting out laughing. I said to you, I remember when we did this, I'm like, let's make up something kind of funny here. And I think you were originally gonna say you got an N-word. I
Yeah.
didn't want you to say that, but it would have been funny if you did. And then you said dick sucker, and I just burst out laughing. I'm like, that's it, that's the take.
You got it, motherfucker. You got it, dick sucker.
I like that one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that one again.
And I laugh every time I hear it, man. I was actually editing some clips for YouTube because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clip up the movie a little bit and just like put it out there like as YouTube movie clips. And I was
Mhm.
rewatching that one yesterday night, and I just laugh every time I see that line because I don't know, just the way you said it, I guess, and just like you got it, dick sucker.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was just funny like that. But obviously, this project was low budget. Shot it with like minimal money. Obviously, it was just us three shooting that day. I think with low budget filmmaking, also like since it was just me, it was kind of less intimidating for you. Like obviously new actors. Like obviously we had like a big crew and stuff. It would have been more intimidating, I think, for anyone to be involved. But I think because it was just me being the crew member and other actors, it was more and correct me if I'm wrong, it felt more freeing for obviously you guys and newer actors because you're not watched by like 10, 20 people on your performance and stuff. It's just me and you guys. And I felt like that really worked for me also, being kind of my first bigger movie in terms of like setting up the shots how I want, getting the right angles, frames, redoing it as many times as I need, because then I added up in the editing room and I had enough footage to use to create, obviously the scenes. But would you guys kind of agree, like having like a smaller crew, obviously with like a no budget movie like this, is better for newer actors such as you guys selves?
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, obviously, like if you had 10 crew members, like, would you still like let's say for the Vice, if I had 10 crew members at that park that day, would you still have done it, Stephen? I really wonder that.
Honestly, it depends on who's doing it. Like I think like for me, like if there was like some bad chicks around or something, like that would have been something for like I'm not gonna lie, while we were filming, I'm kinda like, yo, there's a lot of hot girls like running by in this
Yeah.
scene. I'm
There
like
was a lot of people that day. Actually,
Yeah.
now you mentioned there
I
was
was
a
kinda
lot of people. And like I remember we were shooting the end of it, and then they were setting up like a picnic table, like right next to us while we're shooting next to the tree.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was like on the other side, and like they were literally like 5 feet from me. And I'm like, let's just get this quick shot, and then we'll end it here. But
Yeah.
there was like a lot of people around that day. But I mean,
I would have to say like the setting of just you and Sirio being there, it definitely frees you up as far as like, because it feels like not. I don't want to use like the verb the way to describe it as like intimate, but it felt like kind of like a like Smosh from like 2012. It
yeah,
felt
Yeah.
it
yeah.
felt like
Dope.
that, but we're taking it a bit more serious, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. Like kind of, small crew, collaborative, just like obviously this is going on YouTube. So it did feel like, we were just like kind of a bunch of YouTubers just going out to a park shooting a skit or something. That's kind of
Hmm.
how I felt with every day of filming. And all the scenes kind of added up to make this obviously bigger movie. But yeah, when you talk about Smosh and that sort of thing, those guys really did something special. I never really used to watch them, but like obviously I've heard of them. Just people on YouTube overall have been like doing so many creative things. There's one guy called Joel Haber. He's been doing a lot of like skits. He does feature films, and he's one of my inspirations to actually start making movies and movies like this with like just stuff on YouTube, low budget and stuff. I mean, that is really kind of the way I think to just get started really. And I've been preaching this for some time on this channel. It's just like just start making stuff on YouTube, either skits or YouTube videos. That is the new meta right now. It's not going to film festivals, and in my opinion it's just making stuff on YouTube, seeing where it goes, and hopefully you get opportunities through there. So I think so far it has been working. I feel like for the long term, YouTube is going to take over. We've seen a lot of like, obviously YouTube is such a big platform. There's so many different creators. I've talked about this with a lot of different people and a lot of other filmmakers, especially on this podcast and just like in general. I mean, do you think like YouTube is kind of like the future in comparing it to Hollywood? Do you think it's going to take over Hollywood in terms of like either YouTubers making its way into mainstream or just YouTube becoming mainstream in general? What are you guys' kind of thoughts on that?
Um,
I mean,
yeah, you can go.
yeah, like YouTube, I just know that Hollywood is falling apart because it's just I mean, it should burn to the ground, honestly, because of how fucked up it is now. They just abandoned the art form, man. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of independent artists just rise through YouTube. And I don't know if YouTube will be like the main platform for films, but I know there's going to be something else other than Hollywood in the future. So, yeah.
I think like I've seen a couple like for some reason I've seen TikTokers get filmed on like Netflix movies. So I think that this definitely is like the beginning of something new. Like it's like not as controlled anymore. The art form is not as controlled anymore by like conglomerate companies and like uh big names. Like that's not what is starting to like a rise at this point. I feel like you're seeing new styles, you're seeing new types of people every day. And I really think like YouTube will be the head runner of it, but there's also going to be other platforms for sure.
Yeah. Do you guys think TikTok is going to be a platform or just something different entirely?
I think like it's taking a few
I
like
mean,
different
I
steps
think
recently.
TikTok, yeah, like
I
TikTok
mean,
is going to
I'm not a
be
big fan of TikTok
like it's still
itself.
important, obviously.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, but
really,
like
whatever platform.
it's like you can make those clips. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with anyone, obviously, with YouTube or TikTok get started today, it's the same thing. But obviously, TikTok is, I just don't like the app. I don't like how it's set up. I don't really like shorts. I don't like, that sort of style. I prefer like long form content on YouTube. Um, but yeah, sorry, we're going back to, I think I cut you off. What were you about to say?
Me or
No,
him?
it's Sirio.
Okay, okay.
Were you about to say something?
actually, yeah, TikTok and like those short style videos, like it gives you an opportunity to make something that is um just so small, it's just like you can make something and that's like a 10-second video and reach like a million people. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, and like that opportunity is there for anyone.
I mean, sure, that's true. Like, really, anyone can like blow up on TikTok. I mean, not everyone will. It's not like,
Yeah.
it's not a guaranteed thing, but it's just like, I guess the possibility of like, you upload like a random video or maybe just, a purposeful video that you spent a lot of time on, and the chance that it has to blow up on social media and, really take your career to the next level. That's kind of an insane opportunity if you think about it, because I like to think of it like, you know, back 30 years ago, and like in terms of Hollywood, even like, in the 90s, early 2000s, there was no social media. There's no that sort of thing. The only way to get like, I guess, seen and content and on TV is if you knew someone, if you were a part of Hollywood itself. And it all started with like 2010, and obviously YouTube and the internet came out, and really just people just took control on themselves to create content. Obviously, when iPhones start coming out, people made iPhone movies, people made iPhone content, and now really everyone's making content. Not everyone itself, but like everyone can, and the vast majority, compared to people in, like I said, in the 90s, is making content, and they're making some great stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for the future, in terms like for the future, because if we're in the stage now, just imagine we're going to be in 10, 20 years from now, where, I don't know what the future of YouTube looks like, like you were saying before, but just the opportunity that you have right now, imagine the opportunities we'll have in the future. So that makes me excited, because since we're all still young, also we're getting started on YouTube. Being Sirio started YouTube, and Stephen, have you started YouTube or no?
I did like one video, but it's really just like venting about life and like kind of like life advice. Like I didn't do anything like too creative. It was just like, let me just sit down and just give my thoughts on something. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah,
but I think definitely like just to get to that topic that YouTube is going to be something like the uprising of the whole art of acting. Uh, I have seen, now that I think about it, like I've seen so much good acting on, like, for example, like Corey X Kenshin. I don't know if you know him. He like reacts to
I
like
think so.
horror
Yeah,
movies. He reacts
yeah.
to like short films on YouTube, and I've seen some really good acting on here. Like genuinely.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen some good stuff on, like, even like a video has 500 views or whatever. I've seen like great acting from anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Our
yeah,
movie. I thought that the
yeah,
acting.
exactly. Our movie.
I was not expecting it actually. Like I was like, yo, like Syria is killing it right now, bro. Like
Yeah,
Appreciate
he
that,
killed
man.
him, man.
Oh yeah.
He killed.
Yeah, you did
Like,
too. We all did. We all did.
yeah, I heard so many compliments with like in terms of the ending and the ending scene, the ending goodbye. People really love that scene. Going back to the Vice Heist because I really want to talk about because it was really a special time filming it, and obviously for me, since I said on the channel and the last podcast, like I've been such a big fan of GTA and Rockstar games, Red Dead Redemption, and obviously GTA 6, which is coming out next year. And just making the game overall, or just making the movie overall, and getting ready for the game. I'm really excited for it. For the Vice Heist, did you guys? I'm just kind of curious myself. Do you guys have a favorite scene or kind of favorite moments in terms of like shooting it, or just like the film overall?
I love the whole thing, but the opening scene is definitely one of the best openings of all time in film history.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
That's the
We
lead
did
actor
that
saying
shit.
it, so
Yeah.
shit. What
Dude,
can I say?
that was
I love
immersive.
it.
That was immersive. Going like us fighting against a tree was pretty immersive. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I really liked the scene where Sirio he's in the car and the guy pulls up with the gun behind him and he's gotta like
Yeah.
stay composed, bro. Like that was a sick scene.
I love that scene. Yeah, Jonathan did a great job with that part. But I really love all the scenes. Truly, you guys did such a great job with that. The ending was very, very raw and very emotional. I remember filming that part, and I feel like you really nailed the ending, especially when you saying goodbye to your soon to be daughter and Emily and stuff, and just leading on to the Vice Heist right before you're actually attempting to do the Diamond Casino robbery. And it's funny because I feel like with everyone, I've heard so many different opinions because I left the ending really open ended with like what happens with the heist. We never see it. Obviously, we're right before when it happens. Does Hunter die? Does what happens during it? I'm curious, like if you guys have any cool like predictions or like what you guys thought happened, because I really didn't like tell anyone and what I think happens, but like it's interesting to see what other people thought.
I mean, I think just knowing Sirio, I think in that film, if it was really Sirio, I'm putting Sirio in that situation in real life. He made it out
Yeah.
somehow in some like goofy cartoonish way. He made it out.
Doing like cart flips over like the police officers or whatever. Somehow he got away. Somehow he got the diamonds. But yeah, I'll have to open end it like that. But I'm all for hearing the fan theories. But yeah, I mean, talking about GTA 6 overall, I've been such a big fan of it. Are you guys excited for GTA 6? I know Sirio is. I haven't heard Steven's thoughts on it.
Oh, dude, I am like, I I don't play video games anymore. But when I first heard the announcement in 2023, I'm like, dude, when that drops, I'm buying the PC or whatever console I need to run it smoothly. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna call off of work for like
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks and just game for that whole time, bro. I'm gonna be doing GTA roleplay, gangster roleplay.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Doing everything. Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, I'm gonna call off the whole week of work. I'm gonna play the
Yeah.
game, gonna start the end. I mean, I'm really excited for the game, but also just like the open world. With Red Dead 2 and GTA 5, it just had such an amazing open world, and I'm really excited just to get in that immersive game with like crazy graphics and just like start shooting people
Dude,
and then like
corporate-
cutting off limbs and like holy shit, this is actually pretty rough. I mean, I feel like especially with like graphics and stuff, it's gonna look really raw. It's gonna
Yeah.
look really crazy.
Yeah, dude, corporate America is like stocks are gonna drop the day that it comes out because everyone's gonna be calling off of work.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my
Amazon
gosh.
is not gonna be getting the packages on time. UPS truck drivers are not gonna be
Oh,
delivering packages. Dude, it's gonna be crazy.
that's gonna be like a national holiday from now on. Like everyone's called off of work, like a
That is.
school, like
It is. Shit.
out of school, out of work. But yeah, I'm excited. It comes out May 26th, so we got like 8 more months.
We're
Can we
almost
do
there.
it? I don't know, but
We
I'm
just gotta
excited.
live.
I really want to see the next trailer,
Yeah.
and I want to see gameplay. I mean, we saw leaked gameplay in like 2022,
Mm-hmm.
but that was like really early, like pre-alpha gameplay.
Yeah.
I'm excited just to, just to see what it looks like in the game. I want to see like a trailer. But with other games, like I know Stephen, like I'm pretty much the same way. I don't really play that much video games anymore. I mean, I've been getting into more now. I bought Red Dead Redemption 2, playing that and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I played the new Skate 4.
Nice.
That's pretty fun. What other games do you guys play or used to play? I mean, in terms of that.
I was like full like racist mode on CS:GO and like Rainbow Six. I was like the little
Rainbow
raging
Six
squeaker.
Siege. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I was a raging squeaker. I'd be calling everyone every name in the book, bro. Like if you killed me, I would spam something in the chat, like the most cancerous things, bro. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Were you an Xbox kid? Let me ask you that.
I grew up being
Xbox
an
is worse.
Xbox kid, then I went to PC, and then my mom hated that PC, bro. She used to like try it so hard to get rid of it because she hated like waking up at like 2 in the morning to tell me to shut up.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Yeah. You're like playing all night. God, these motherfuckers. Fuck you. But like Rainbow Six Siege was a good one. I only played it like for a little bit, but that was a big
It
one.
was
With like
good.
my
Yeah.
friends and stuff played that a lot, and
Yeah.
I just heard like, especially with the chat rooms, maybe my friends and you ran into a chat room together.
Maybe.
Like yeah, shit. Yeah, you never know. But I mean, yeah, I feel like we talked a lot about video games. I mean, this podcast is really up in the air since there's no major things to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about now? I mean, we're all for discussion. Anything goes really today. Shit, I don't know.
I actually wanted to say that GTA 6 is gonna have a metaverse, and like you
Oh,
can
really?
actually create. Yeah, like I heard there's gonna be a way to create music in the game and like put that music on a GTA radio, and
That's
Shit,
cool.
there's
what?
also gonna be like, yeah, like I heard there's also gonna be an economy where you can like make money from like doing like real life money doing stuff in GTA. So
Oh,
that's gonna
wow.
definitely change the world. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I heard Aiden Ross was gonna like create a server that
Yeah.
he was gonna create like a role play server where everything's like legit, like or real money and stuff like you were saying. But the biggest catch was if you die in the game, you can't respawn. You're done. You're done playing the game. The server's
Really?
over for
Oh
you.
shit.
So if you build up your criminal empire in the game, let's say you have a bunch of businesses, you're making money in real life and in the game. You have cars and all this shit. But if one person takes you out, you're done. You're kicked out of the game. That's what I heard when Aiden Ross announced it, but I don't know what his plan is for that. I thought that that thing he's doing is very interesting, and I would really love to see
Yeah.
how that
Sure.
comes out. If it's going to be like a PC only, because I know they have like 5M only on PC, which is like the role play stuff for GTA. But I would love to have that on consoles also. I mean, that would be like so cool to have like
Yeah.
an ultimate like immersive RP experience.
Mhm.
Yeah, for
So-
sure. Like I actually like an idea that I've heard about is that in the future, if you own a game console or a gaming PC, like you can make money through games. Like that's going to be the future.
Shit, yeah. And then
That's cool, yeah, man. Shit.
these kids are gonna be rolling in the piggy bank. Let me tell you that. They're gonna be earning some cash. These kids, these TikTok boys, the 14-year-olds, they're getting ready to play GTA 6, and shit, they're ahead of the times. If that is true, you can earn money in the game.
That sounds like NFT craze of like 2022 when everyone was going crazy about NFTs. But obviously this
Yeah.
has like way more backing to it. I could see potential in it for sure.
I see potential, but I could also see it failing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's never been done before. Like with anything that's never been done before, it could fail. I feel like you were saying, it does have good opportunity. I'm excited to see that kind of unfold. And with the NFT stuff, there's been just like so many scams and like just like I don't know too much about that situation, but like just like people, the crypto pump and dump, that sort of thing, the get the money quick, easy, all these kind of, maybe they're scams. I guess you can label it as that. But I don't know if it's trustworthy, to do that sort of thing. But if you play your cards, it's like gambling. You go to a casino, you gamble some money, you might lose it. So don't treat it too seriously because you
Mhm.
could lose some money with it for sure.
Yeah.
But since we're kind of now in like the second half of the podcast, I really love to talk about some Hollywood movies, and since this is coming out, I think around December, this podcast. So I love to talk about kind of like recapping everything, recapping what has come out. Our movie also came out, but just stuff that you guys seen, like either TV shows or movies or like anything in cinemas, like anything good that's come out, anything bad. What's the
I
last
wa-
movie you guys seen?
I watched I watched The Conjuring. I gave it a chance. I just went out with my buddies because they were like, "Yeah, bro, it's gonna be the scariest movie yet. The people are getting possessed." I'm like, "That's so stupid." So I get in there, I
Yeah.
watch it, and I end up like laughing for most of the movie because it's just so like it's so corny. Like it's like they lost the plot like halfway through, so it became like almost a reunion for all their movies in one. It was like Annabelle got like room sized, like she got huge all of a sudden, and I was just laughing, and it got to a point where like these two like lesbians in the back, they were like, "Shut the fuck up," because I was just laughing the entire time.
Which is you. Oh my god, when did that come out? I mean, I'm not a big fan of horror movies, but I think that came out
Like last
early.
month.
Oh, last month. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it came out like the beginning of this year. Huh. I'm
yeah, no.
surprised I didn't hear about that. Huh.
Mhm.
But so the movie itself, was it? I guess it wasn't that good from what you've.
No, there was maybe like a half a second where I went, "Huh," and it was like a scene where she's rewatching the tape of her like because she just took her or she just got confirmed in the Catholic Church. That whole process is like once you reach a certain age and like I think you have to finish reading. I don't want to talk too much on it, but I think you finish reading the scripture or whatever. They
Yeah.
confirm you in the Catholic Church, and she was blowing out her candle for her cake that they made her. And then in the background, you see like a demonic face, and she keeps going back on the VHS tape to click it to find it because she sees something.
Yeah.
And then she turns around, and there's like this guy with an axe, and that was like it was just like a cheap jump scare. There was not a lot of suspense built up throughout the whole thing, and
Yeah.
I felt like they were and I feel like all of new horror has really followed that recipe of like uh cheap jump scares, you know? I feel like and this is where I felt like with our movie, like that's where we shine because creativeness is going to open up more avenues to get those elements that people are looking for. For example, like the Blair Witch Project, like that movie was crazy because they did something crazy for the first time no one ever did.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Real.
like you're talking about like just cliche, just like ordinary stuff. Like a lot of movies are cliche, and you obviously know how it's gonna end. And with like the horror franchises and with like the horror genre itself, it's become, you know, it's that's why I think I don't like horror movies because they're so like I guess predictable. They're just meant to like for cheap jump scares in that type of way.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of like horror in general.
I like horror movies, but they need to keep it fresh, I feel like, and I'm not seeing enough of that recently. Um and I would be really excited if someone did something along the concept of it was this movie where they went into like the catacombs and they explored like Dante's Inferno essentially. It was like as above, so below. I think is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
Yeah.
That was a really crazy concept.
Yeah, that was good. That was
They
good.
didn't get too far into depth of the horror aspect, but they definitely built like the suspense of like, oh shit, who's gonna die? How are they gonna die? So, I really want to see more concepts like that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just creating stuff new, stuff that has never been done before. That's what I crave. I mean, hit or miss, but at least try something new. And
Mm-hmm.
it seems like whenever Hollywood tries something new, it either like people don't like it or like it falls flat on their face. I've seen this a lot of times, but like I think that is the reason why Hollywood just sticks to what they know best and like kind of like the cliche, just run of the mill type things because they know what works. And I saw actually Fantastic Four this year, and it's not a horror movie, but it relates to that subject of it's just cliche, just like kind of run of the mill, and you know what to expect, you know how it's going to end and stuff. It was a fine movie itself, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, these Marvel movies, these just stuff that's coming out, it's really just like uninteresting to me. It doesn't make me excited for to see movies. It doesn't make me want to make movies. I feel like whenever I see a movie, I want to be also inspired to make movies since I am a filmmaker. But also I do want to just have a good fun time and then the opportunity later on to rewatch it and to re-enjoy it. So Fantastic Four was a big disappointment for me in terms of that. Like I said before, it was a fine movie, but like a lot of these Marvel movies aren't the best. And like I said before, when people try something new, people might not like it. Like there's this movie came out earlier this year, I think around it was actually in May. Hurry Up Tomorrow, and it came out actually while we were shooting the Vice Heist. And Hurry Up Tomorrow, I was actually really really excited for because it was starting the weekend, which I don't really like his music, but I was excited to have him in the movie. And Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan, or whatever he says his last name. It seemed like a really cool concept. And just like I saw the movie opening night, it was me and my friend, no one else there. And I thought it was going to be like packed, but like the movie just like bombed in like box office. And
Yeah.
it was just like a boring movie. Like it made no sense. There was no plot. I didn't understand what was going on. I don't know. You guys probably haven't seen the movie, right? Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
I
But
saw. I actually want to talk about this movie that I saw that's coming up, and I think it's a horror movie that I think is gonna cause a lot of controversy. And there's one thing I love, and that's controversy. I like when things create drama. It keeps
yeah,
things
yeah,
interesting.
it does. I
Uh,
mean, yeah.
it's this movie about. It's gonna be a horror movie about Jesus, bro.
Yeah, I heard
What?
about that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like the whole like Christian world is so pissed about it, but I really think it's going to be interesting to see how they twist it because
Oh my gosh.
it's such like a pure story and to like take that and like twist it. Obviously, it's blasphemous, but it's also interesting and it's never been done before, I think. So, it's going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
I think for me, I mean, since I am a Christian, for me, I don't know how it's gonna be, but I feel like for that might cross the line too much for me. In my opinion, I don't know. Like, so what is Jesus like a killer in the movie? Like, what is this like movie about?
They didn't give too much to
I
it.
think like
It was
Huh?
Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is the I think the lead role. I'm pretty sure. But
Uh,
in the trailer, you can
is he
see
Jesus?
like yeah, you can see a snippet of him being born. I think, and like they didn't really show too much, and I thought that was pretty good because I feel like in order to get like a good trailer, you shouldn't have to reveal too much about the plot.
yeah, I mean, any good trailer, shouldn't reveal anything. I don't like watching trailers anymore. The marketing
Yeah.
has become very lame. You know, I remember back in the day when the trailer came out and it was like they didn't show anything, but the music was great. It was a banger. You can rewatch it and stuff. Got some
Mhm.
cool scenes. And it was memorable also. You remember like also not the movie, but the marketing behind the movie. And that's what I try to aim for my movies going forward, like the music, not showing too much, but also just making it kind of enjoyable. Trailers just kind of annoy me now. So I really just try to ignore that because, the marketing team puts together a trailer, but it's like completely different from the vibe of the actual movie. And it's like completely different editing style, completely different music. It's like, why'd you edit this movie to make it look like something I would enjoy, but it's actually something that it's not. And I guess that is kind of the way marketing, people have to do it. They have to market like a bad movie, for example. They need to get people in the seats. That's their job. So it does make sense, like why they in terms of trick the audience.
Yeah.
In terms of that. But I always get annoyed when that happens. But it also leads me to like new experiences because like some movies that I thought like going in I would not like. I'm like, oh shit, this isn't the movie I thought. But at the end, I'm like, oh wow, that was actually pretty different, and that was actually pretty nice, which is sometimes the case, And I mean, whenever that is the case, it could be a really cool thing. But going back to that Jesus movie, I wonder if like I was going to present it. Like,
Oh yeah.
Your,
Pull it up on yours.
I don't know if I can because my computer is acting kind of funny. Let me try.
While you're loading that up, I saw another. It wasn't a horror movie, but it was like a cool thriller movie on Netflix about like these friends that met up for a reunion before one of their buddies got married, and they hook up to this machine that one of their buddies brings, and it like switches it switches their minds into each other's bodies, and then it ends up like they end up like fucking each other. Some of them like die, and some of them like kill each other. I'm pretty sure it's like a crazy ass movie, bro.
What is that? A new movie?
It was on Netflix that Netflix made. I was actually surprised because I think Netflix kind of makes corny like Noah Centineo movies and shit. Like it's so like run of the mill, but like this movie was actually really good. Like there's a scene where like the guy switches bodies with another guy and a girl switches bodies with another girl, and they go up to the end of the balcony and they just start fucking. And I guess like they're on a really old balcony because the balcony cracks, and then they're like fucking, and then they fall off the balcony, and like they get impaled. It's fucking hilarious.
Wait, what's this called?
I'll have to pull it up on Netflix. I'll send it to you later.
Okay, cool.
I bet Sirio would love to see that.
Dude, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I think I got it. Okay, here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
What awaits us when we turn at last to death? Let my faith endure. Faith. My only strength to bear against the devil itself. For years we live in hiding, driven from every home. He bears a power he cannot understand, a power I cannot contain.
Is he my father?
Put that in your mind. Do you want to know a secret? I know one that can free you.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Is he from your angels or from demons?
You were always afraid, greatly afraid. My faith has been shattered! I'm the accuser of life. I am the adversary. And why am I here?
To torment me.
Yes.
The Carpenter's Son.
Oh shit.
All right.
I think it's pretty cool.
I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, shit. I think for me, that personally crosses the line. I don't know what they're trying to say with this movie, but like with the devil and stuff, it could be like, I guess, kind of an interesting concept, but that crosses the line for me.
I think the trailer's showing like I don't think they're twisting the idea of Jesus. What I got from the trailer, at least, I don't think they're twisting the idea of Jesus. I think what they're showing is the biblical accounts of him being tempted by the devil, or like
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure they're showing like the darker side, like Satan is trying to like tempt the people around him and him himself. So that's what I
Yeah,
picked up.
and that could be an interesting like concept. I just don't know. Like, I think I have to see the movie to really find out. I feel like for a trailer, like obviously we just talked about before, a trailer could twist things.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I know Nicolas Cage. I don't think he's a big Christian fan,
Nah.
so I think he would do something like this. But for this, it's interesting talking about, because for me, it just really just crosses the boundaries. But like, I feel like with a lot of Christian movies and a lot of like media that portrays Jesus, I feel like I don't really like a lot of films like that. I feel like a lot of films don't do it justice, and they're kind of boring. I watched a few episodes of The Chosen.
Mhm.
They were okay. It's just like, I don't know. I can never really get into it. Like, it just never like, they never make it entertaining. I don't know. I
I
don't know
thought
how
the
to put it.
Noah's Ark movie that came out like it was probably like more than 10 years ago was pretty good.
I heard it was, and I need to see that. There's a lot of movies that have been portraying Jesus, but I don't know. I feel like I need to do some research and really just dig in. But it was interesting that we actually watched this. I thought that was good. We did that. Uh, is there any other trailers? Any other controversial trailers we should watch? Charlie Kirk assassination. No, I'm just kidding.
Holy
No,
shit.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But
Holy shit.
in terms of bad movies this year, like I said, Hurry Up Tomorrow. But there's also been like a lot of remakes and stuff, like How to Train Your Dragon remake, which I did actually pretty like. I thought it was interesting how they took it pretty almost like frame by frame, and they made it into that. I don't know if you guys seen that movie.
No, I didn't see it.
No, but it was pretty nice. Yeah.
How about you,
What else?
Sirio? What's your takes on some movies that you've seen?
Yeah.
I actually
Let's hear it.
saw One Battle After Another. You guys heard about that movie with
Yeah.
Leonardo
What's that
DiCaprio?
movie
Yeah.
about? Yeah. Let's hear it.
So it's basically about this resistance group in America that's like fighting back against the government, and this guy and his daughter, like this guy, he leaves the group, right, and he's raising his daughter, but the feds they catch up to him, and I don't want to give like too much away, but it was good, it was enjoyable, it's classic act Hollywood, but it's still just like, for me personally, even though I enjoyed it, it wasn't like something that was so that was just so powerful. It wasn't something powerful. It wasn't something that
Yeah.
would. It's not like, I don't want to say it's not art, because it is a good movie, but it's just like it's not artistic to a point that it changes your life, because it's like, for me, I remember seeing this one movie when I was 13. I was like 11 years ago, and like I think about that movie every day, and it affects how I live my life,
Wow.
and I haven't experienced anything like that since. So that, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people were saying One Battle After Another, best movie ever, masterpiece, this and that. But I've heard a lot recently, especially like you today, were saying like, yeah, it's not that powerful. It's not anything interesting. Which I was intrigued by the movie by, like, I guess the media's response. They're like, I guess people in general were saying, oh wow, this movie's amazing, best movie ever. But I don't know what the big appeal is. Like, from like, from my understanding, from what you said, it's a good movie, but it's not that powerful. It doesn't have much to say.
Yeah, it's like it's a revival of like classic action Hollywood, You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to bring back like they were trying to make how Hollywood was back in the day. They're trying
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
to
Yeah,
but
Sirio was talking about that the other day with me about how like they don't make good movies anymore, like with like warrior acts anymore, because they're trying to like I don't know, like they don't want to push like
They're trying to
bravery and
weaken men,
courageousness.
literally weaken men.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, they're trying to do some stuff. They're trying to make us weaker. But yeah, they don't make movies like was it 300 or whatever?
yes.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Kingdom
300.
of Heaven,
All
like
right. Gladiator, yeah. I never seen those
Gladiator.
movies, but I seen
Gla-
clips.
Gladiator 2 was such like a horrible movie. I didn't like it
Really?
either.
Really?
Yeah,
I never seen it,
It
but
was,
why
it
didn't you
was
like it?
it felt more like a like they deviated too much from the story and they made like the characters like kind of cartoonishly evil, like the evil characters, which were like the twin emperors. They had like no depth to them. They were just evil just to be evil essentially. And was it Denzel Washington? He
yeah.
was, yeah, he just was evil for no reason as well. Like he was in it just for the power, but there was no
Mm,
depth to why he wanted the power. It was just he wanted to be powerful. And then the main character also was just like he would get away, he would live like get away, like he would escape death in like the most ridiculous ways. It just didn't make sense, and like I said, it deviated too much from the idea of gladiators.
yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, shit. I mean, the rule of thumb number one is have a good villain with a good background and a good reason why they're bad. That's my take with it. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's unfortunate. I actually heard people have said that movie's pretty good. I think that movie came out a year ago. I think yeah, last November. I think yeah.
Mhm.
So it was quite a while. I never seen the first one. I need to see the first one,
Whoa.
especially 300. No,
Uh,
I've been watching a lot of Quentin Tarantino recently. I told Siri this before we started, but yeah, I watch a lot of him. Just like also, he's just also a big inspiration for me. Just like watching interviews, behind the scenes and stuff, but also just the way he makes a movie and the way he writes and just like I'm not the biggest fan of like his movies, but his movies are memorable. His movies are like an experience, and that's what I want from a movie. They're action packed and they have good depth to it. And I watched Inglorious Bastards for the first time last week.
Whoa,
So
that's crazy.
I know, but
That's like
I really liked it.
that's a great movie.
I really loved uh, the bad guy, the Jewish hunter. He was a good part in that,
yeah.
and I really loved the ending.
Yes.
Where obviously, freaking Brad Pitt is like carving into like the scalps of people and like the Nazi
Scalps.
sign and stuff, and then just ending how he ends with him getting his head carved out and stuff, him like screaming and stuff, and now it's just like a perfect end to the story. And also like just how he changes history to fit like his fantasy and his vision, like how Hitler just gets like shot like a million times, just like on the ground,
Yeah.
with a machine gun, and his like face just turned to like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. That part was memorable. So, and it was a good experience. So I definitely need to rewatch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because the first time I actually didn't like it, because I didn't really understand the background of like what happened with Shannon Tate and all that. And I was just more confused of like, oh, what was the point of this girl being in the movie and stuff? But now I know like the backstory with that. I think I'll have a different view of it. But that is one of my goals, to rewatch Quentin Tarantino. I think that my next few movies are inspired by that, and I'm looking forward to make it. So yeah, with that, I mean, we're coming close to the end of the podcast now. In terms for the future, what do you guys have planned for the next few months, next year in 2026, for in terms of acting, in terms of just life in general,
Well, for me, Like I'm with you guys, bro. Like we're doing all this shit together. You know,
Yeah,
this is the creative team, bro. Like we're starting the renaissance right here. This is it.
this is it. Yeah, we're starting a new
And
phase and new chapter. Yeah.
but yeah, like my focus is on just GTA movies. Yeah, and I also do want to make my own GTA movie. And I actually told you about this, Nick, but like the film itself is gonna feel illegal to watch. And a
Wow.
director, yeah, a director actually
Yeah.
a director I want you guys to know about is Harmony Korine. He's that's my huge inspiration, and he's made the most controversial films, and he was doing it in I think like the 90s and early 2000s without any of this social media, you know.
Yeah, wow. In the
Yeah,
90s, yeah.
yeah.
90s were a special time with newer filmmakers. Just like it was a whole shift in Hollywood as well.
Yeah.
What about you, Stephen?
I think Sirio said it best. I think we're the crew. I think we're the ones that are going to break through it. But also, I definitely want to get my feet more wet with the idea of acting again. Like I told you in the group chat, like I felt like I needed to see the product to really like believe like I have that ability um,
Yeah.
to perform. Because before that, I wasn't really sure with myself. Like I thought I did okay, but I didn't think I did like good enough. You know what I mean? But when I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, it came together pretty nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was better than you thought.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
for sure. And also like Sirio said, like that opening scene is just it catches you. It sets the whole tone for the rest of the movie. So like the fact that it was rememberable is like that's a really good feeling for me. And definitely, I definitely want to try getting more roles in different things and seeing what I shine best in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Yeah, I mean, like Ciro said, I'm excited to make more GTA movies. I'm making more, guys. So I don't know. I still got stuff in the pot brewing and cooking, but we'll have some stuff eventually and some different films. And I think the audience is going to be very surprised and excited to see what is next. I'm excited for the future. A lot of different projects, a lot of different things I have in mind. So I'm really excited for the future. With that, thank you guys for watching the podcast and thank you for listening. It was been a pleasure talking with you, Sirio and Stephen, about the Vice Heist, about Hollywood projects, about a lot of different things. I feel like we had a good chat here today. It was really fun talking with you guys. You guys want to say last few messages to the viewers or anyone before we end the podcast here today?
Go watch our movie, Dick Suckers.
Better, dick sucker. You got to, dick
Well,
sucker.
I just want to say that I am grateful, man. I'm grateful to be here. I was actually going down a really bad path, you know, when I was a teenager, and I just like getting into acting. I was doing this, you know, I was doing this shit when I was little without even realizing it with my friends when we were playing fucking GTA 4 and my friends from elementary school, bro, like we'd be doing this while playing Manhunt in the neighborhood.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
And
nice. Yep.
yeah, and it's such a blessing to just see everything come full circle, like I said when I started this podcast, or when we started this podcast episode. So yeah,
Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear. Very excited for the future. And yeah, I mean, it seems like we got a lot to look forward to. So with that, thank you guys for watching and go watch the Vice Heist and stay tuned for some more films coming soon. Thank you and hope you have a good rest of the day. See ya.